Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking the incredible and mostly invisible blueprint that keeps our world moving. If you look at any thriving major city from above, what you're really seeing is a giant living organism. And just like we need a circulatory system to survive, a city relies completely on its transport network. We're going to build a city's transport system from the ground up to understand exactly how the magic of urban mobility actually works. We'll see how planners connect point A to point B and why some cities feel like a total breeze to navigate while others, well, really don't.
Okay, let's dive into this. To build our urban blueprint, we'll progress through 4 key stages. First, we'll cover the transport system basics. Second, we're decoding network density, which is really the core focus of our journey today. Third, we'll look at the quality of infrastructure. And finally, a variety of modes. All right, starting with Section 1, the transport system basics, connecting people. Before we even think about laying down any roads or tracks, take a quick second and think about your own daily commute. Why do you travel? Where are you actually going? This fundamental human need to move is the spark that creates the need for urban planning in the first place. At its core, a transport system is the ultimate connector, literally a system designed to connect people between different locations. But it's not just about moving physical bodies through space, right? The crucial point is what that movement facilitates. A solid transport system provides the very foundation for human connection. It gives us vital opportunities for social interaction, traveling to see friends, visiting family, hitting up events. Plus, it is the absolute engine for economic trade. Without a transport system, commerce just completely halts. It is a lifeblood of a city's economy and its community. So, to make all those social and economic interactions happen, a transport system relies on 3 distinct characteristics. Think of these as the 3 main pillars of our urban blueprint. They are the density of the network, the quality of the infrastructure, and the variety of transport modes available. We're going to look at each of these, but we'll really be focusing heavily on network density today, because mastering all 3, starting with density, is the secret recipe to building a world-class city.
Moving on to Section 2, decoding network density, nodes and routes.
Now that we know why a city needs to move, we have to conceptually lay down the physical paths on our blank map. Understanding network density is honestly the most important concept in urban mobility. Density refers strictly to the number of nodes and routes within a given area. But here's how it actually works in practice. It's an exponential relationship. The more nodes you add, the number of intersecting routes just multiplies. A denser network means one absolutely crucial thing for the people living there: easier access. The most successful cities deliberately engineer incredibly dense transport networks so that you can reach different spots effortlessly, engaging in a wide variety of activities without spending your entire day stuck in transit. Let's break down the 2 main building blocks of this density: nodes and routes. Imagine you've got a blank map of a brand new city right in front of you. First, you place your entry points onto this map. These are your nodes. A perfect example of a node would be a train station. It's the physical place where you enter the transport network. But a node is totally useless on its own. So next, you draw lines connecting all these entry points together. Those are your routes. You can quickly see how adding just one more node and drawing new routes to connect it to the existing ones rapidly multiplies your travel options. It creates a highly dense, highly connected web. And this brilliantly illustrates what that web looks like in reality when a city really commits to density. 360. That number represents the massive evolution of Singapore's MRT system. Get this, Singapore's mass rapid transit network started as a relatively tiny 6-kilometer route, but to crank up their network density and provide easier access for millions of people, they expanded aggressively. By the year 2030, that route is estimated to be about 360 kilometers long. That is an absolute explosion of new nodes and new routes, completely transforming the physical geography of how citizens interact with their city. Which brings us to Section 3, quality of infrastructure, beyond the routes. So we have our dense network established, right? But now the narrative shifts. It's no longer just about where we can go, but how well we can get there. A dense network is really only as good as the physical infrastructure built on top of it. When we talk about infrastructure, we usually think of the heavy physical stuff: roads, dedicated bicycle lanes, pedestrian walkways, and bridges. And yeah, those are essential, but high-quality infrastructure also includes the modern technological nervous system of the city. We're talking clear signages, seamless ticketing systems to pay for your trips, and those incredibly helpful real-time info screens showing transport data. All of these elements upgrade our dense network from just a bunch of pads into a cohesive, user-friendly system. But how do city planners
actually grade themselves here? How do they measure this quality? Well, they use specific indicators. A high-quality system is measured by its coverage across the city, its capacity to hold a growing population, the frequency of transport arriving at those nodes, the overall convenience for the user, and, increasingly, its environmental sustainability. Global cities like Hong Kong, Seoul, and Singapore have invested heavily in all these exact areas to ensure their infrastructure isn't just incredibly dense, but genuinely world-class in quality.
And finally, Section 4, a variety of modes: air, land, or sea.
Now, what's really interesting here is that with a dense web of routes upgraded by high-quality infrastructure, it's time to actually populate our city. Just imagine the vibrant, multimodal ecosystem all happening at once. You got elevated trains gliding on dedicated tracks. Those are our high-capacity routes. Down below, buses are navigating the roads, integrating seamlessly with taxis and personal vehicles. And right in the middle of it all, dedicated walkways and green spaces for pedestrians. This is what a dense, high-quality network looks like when it's fully activated. How people and goods move entirely depends on this rich variety of transport modes working together in perfect harmony.
Let's look a little closer at the different modes populating that ecosystem. Traditionally, cities rely heavily on motorized public transport. It operates on a very structured logic: fixed routes, specific nodes, and estimated time schedules. It's the heavy lifter for capacity. But there is a massive shift happening in modern cities right now. We're seeing a huge push toward non-motorized and shared options. These modes offer point-to-point transport, totally freeing you from fixed routes. Cities are actively encouraging non-motorized transport, like cycling, to boost environmental friendliness and promote health benefits. Plus, we're seeing a rapid rise in shared mobility, like car sharing. It gives people all the convenience of point-to-point travel without actually needing to own a vehicle. It's a real game changer.
So we've basically built our city's blueprint today. We started with the foundational need to connect people. We mapped out a highly dense network of nodes and routes. We layered on top-tier physical and digital infrastructure, and we populated it with a dynamic variety of transport modes. The way a city is designed literally dictates the rhythm of your daily life. So thinking about your own daily journey through the lens of everything we've uncovered in this explainer, as our global cities continue to grow larger, denser, and more populated, what do you think will be the next great evolution in how you move?